Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Mass Mayor here, and welcome in for episode 5 for Blueprints, and also in advance, guys, if I do look like I'm tired, it's because I am. I'm gonna go ahead and, just address that here out of the gate. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. I went and did some grocery shopping earlier, live with the stream now, obviously, and even after this, I still gotta go and hit the gym, so safe to say, hopefully I'll be able to sleep properly tonight. Let's just say there were a lot of contributing factors to me not being able to get a good night's rest last night, which has been, par for the course a lot lately. Past week, I've had 3 different people that I've seen, 2 people, that work at the grocery store, one, around Monday or so, and another one today, and also last night when I went to go get some pizza, from my usual spot, about 2 miles out, which is one reason why, basically, let's just say I got woke up last night, around 1:30-ish, and I was like, obviously I'm not gonna, get no peace and quiet here or whatever. You guys obviously know the situation I'm talking about, but, it's been ongoing. I pretty much, just went, went got some pizza, and the lady, that made it for me, it was around probably 2-ish a.m. or 1:30-ish a.m. that I went and got some food, got pizza, and the woman that always makes it for me, she even commented on how tired I look. So yeah, 3 people in the past week have talked about how I look exhausted, and I am. I'm not going to really go into details on things. I've already done it so much, in previous streams, and I want to try not to focus on that much, but I do promise I'm still going to try to give you guys a good stream today. And as soon as I finish this, I'm going to go and hit the gym. And then afterwards, hopefully I'll be able to properly crash. And maybe if I'm lucky, actually get some sleep tonight. Because maybe I'll be tired enough to where I won't hear anything going on outside. But anyways, yeah, Blueprints, episode 5. Last stream, we got, some more stuff done. In regards to some more of the drawing riddles. And, seeing, a few more combinations that we were able to go through. So we are pretty much up to, almost filling up, that's basically how many we got so far. 2 sets there, 2 sets there. So, if you can see my chicken scratch, handwriting right there. But yeah, we did that. And also some other things. We figured out the meaning behind the dark room puzzle, which was the green memos in Hartley's room equal fake. We found out Hartley was pretty much the butler or the groundskeeper or whatever, the servant, of my granduncle. And also, yeah, that's pretty much a thing, part of, what we, figured out. We also got, we figured out something there's a puzzle revolving around music notes. So far, we got first word on the, and that's it. Because we found a note that said a page that said 8, and we we found 1, 2, 3, 4 in the music room, and the one that was 8 was in the workshop. And then we found some for drafting locations in the was it the greenhouse? I can't remember if it was the greenhouse. I think it was the forgot what it was. It was the blueprint for the thing that we found a few episodes back where we dug up the ground around the white trees outside, and it was it was that green room that we found, but I forgot the name of it. But either way, it had a clue there. We finally found it. And it's basically West Wing only, garage, West Wing hall. So it's basically garage is only in the West Wing hall. The garage and West Wing hall only spawn in the West Wing. Her lady's chambers, we got the nearest south for that. And then the East Wing, only the East Wing hall, and the master bedroom, which we found the master bedroom in the previous stream too. And there was special, yeah, it was the conservatory. Yeah, it was a conservatory where we were able to change the rarity of stuff, and we had found this very the very clue we're talking about. I'm talking about here with the drafting locations. And then we found the conservatory. So So the conservatory can only be like spawned in corners, and we can get the bookshop from the library. So that's like some things we got right there. And also, it was a safe code that we found like in the conference room, but it ended up being fake. So I'm wondering if there's like some kind of meaning behind it, where there may be some. It was a red note. I knew it was gonna be fake, but it was supposedly it was like to the office safe. But it's also making me wonder if it's possible that what it could be is that it might be to a safe other than the office. So we're gonna hopefully be able to tackle some more of this. Hopefully without the house turning against me. If you guys like watch previous stream and know what happened there, last 2 runs I was just getting like a crap load of red rooms. Everything was working against me. I had like a solid plan for something I wanted to try, and unfortunately everything was working against me. And we got the closest that we ever got like to access the antechamber. It's just unfortunately the door was locked. So hopefully maybe we can actually make some more ground this stream, make things happen. We'll see how things go. So, anyways, yeah. Like I said, regardless of me being tired, due to things going on, which hopefully may be easing up soon if I'm lucky. Knock on wood. Or I guess it's wood, composite material, whatever my desk is made of. Hopefully things start clearing up soon and I can actually start getting sleep more consistently. The problem with me is that it's already hard for me to get sleep, and I'm a light sleeper. Like, a gnat could pass gas, and, and I could fart if we want to get crude with it, and that would wake me up. Like a fly could sneeze, and, and I would, be up, and I have a very hard time getting back to sleep. So I know that I'm tired. You guys ain't got to comment on it. Other people have, but at least I know that people who comment on it are actually people who I've, like I said, 2 of them are friends, up at the grocery store, at my grocery store. And the other one is like the lady who makes my pizza whenever I go to this one convenience store across the way. And them commenting on it basically showed me they, cared, and I'm thankful for that. So shelter protection for the negative effects of next 3 red rooms drafted. We're getting that just to be petty considering what happened yesterday with the red rooms. And I appreciate you, Eldronox, and you, Amber, for sure as well. It's just, streaming and going to the gym are already hard as is, when you're not, when you do get rest, when you have that combination, being consistent with it. So when you're adding on, like, not being able to sleep consistently, that's where things become a problem. But hopefully things may go back to normal somewhat soon. But I'm not going to focus on it too much. Let's focus on trying to, like, solve some more of the riddles of this mansion. At least now I don't have to worry about the first 3 red rooms. Because, I mean, I got wrecked yesterday, thanks to all of it. But at least, we also found, like, some more allowance upgrades. So we had, like, these little puzzle boxes we need to keep an eye out for. Because, originally previously I was at 2. Thanks to, like, solving, like, the 1 puzzle, in the 1 green room. Revolving around the statue. But now I'm up to 6. I found 2 of the boxes yesterday. So now I get, like, 6 coins to start off, which is a pretty nice little boost when you think about it. So we're going to head left first. Okay, so I'm going to have a hallway to start this off with. Okay, we'll do the parlor first. Admittedly, I try to avoid the billiard room if I can. Just because it feels like it's been... Okay, that's nice. So we already got the change purse. So each time you collect 3 coins, earn additional 1 in interest. Alright, so that's nice. It's a really nice thing to start us off with, combined with my allowance. Alright. Only 1 box is true, so that should be telling the truth. Only 1 box contains gems. That's true. The gems are in the white box. You're lying. Only 1 box is true. So we know that's telling the truth. Only 1 box contains gems. The gems are in the white box. So here's the thing. It's still going to be a process of elimination. The gems are in the white box. I'm going to chance it. I'm probably wrong. Yeah. That one was a bit trickier. Only 1 box is true. Only 1 box contains... My stupid self. I goofed it. Here's the thing where they got me. Obviously, we know... Well, I feel like, the thing about... when I say true, it means like ones that tell the truth. So 2... That means we know there are going to be 2 boxes. And this one was saying, like, the gems were in the white box or whatever. And I feel like this one was telling the truth, and that one was telling the truth as well. So they got me there. The gems probably were in the white box. Okay, yeah, they definitely, like, okey-doke me on that one. It's whatever. See, I want to make note of this, too, just for the sake of it. June 15th, 1983. So that would be 0683. Because a lot of these things use four numbers for numbers for a combination. So we'll say 06 83. The push gonna shove. These are like dates I can try on any of the safes I find. So no, I mean there may not be anything to it, but I'm kind of like understanding I really need to start jotting down every date I see. Okay, if I go ahead and do the chapel, negate that. So since I'm having this possibility of me getting more money, I don't want to lose any money here, so we'll do that. All right, so see that's the thing. They're giving me all these passageways here, so I'm hoping. Crap, can't do it though. We'll do the. I don't know, because I don't want to see either way it's gonna get closed off. I'd rather do this that way. At least I can still make a path out of it the best I can. But it's still at least closing off the one I think for the hallway, so I can't go any further from the north route. Stairs and stars again. Make sure there's nothing in here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna make a corridor here. See, I'm hoping that with us seeing all of these, brown rooms or orange rooms, that means something. I blocked off a path in on the chapel, but see, I ain't got a gem. I really need the commissary. We'll do this. I need a key. Just the only problem is they're not really giving me much to go on as far as gyms are concerned this time. That's an issue. See, look at that. I don't want to use the key just yet. So at least we know it's not going to be a fully cursed run, because they throw 2 more red rooms at me. If they throw I'm hoping they throw a dark room at me, because they do that, I can automatically nullify its effect. It's one of the most brutal ones. They can keep me from seeing where I'm going. Dining room will probably be a good idea. And plus, it's otherwise it's gonna stop the path. This is why I can get some food, if I can reach rank 8. Okay, I saw the napkins. I thought those were treasure maps, because we can find those. Carding car, we've already done that before. See, I need a gem for the commissary. Okay, let's get some money, because this will give us technically 5 if I'm right. Or however many. See, they're giving. Alright, that's it. We need a gem. I'm tired of this. They keep on throwing all these doors at me that require a gem. Alright, pilot and plot. Only one we can really do, if we want to keep it going, is the billiard room. Okay, so I guess I'm going to try to do this, see if I can get some more gems. Let's get some more money out of this, if nothing else. Okay, so we know, last time, they started throwing, Tiger and Tier. We've done that one. They start throwing, squares at us. So 7. Okay, so 10 divided by 2, that's 5. Alright, 14 minus 2 is 12 times 2, so that's 24. Divide by 8. It's 3, right? Alright, so 12 plus 1, that's 13. Minus 10, that's 3. Times 3. divided by 3. So the answer is 3. How is it I'm doing this now? Like, I normally am terrible at math. I just did that out of my head just like that. And the thing is, division has always been one of my worst, like, you know, things I've been the worst at with math. And I just completely just decimated that one. Or do we want to use the special key here or wait till we go up a little bit further? I'd rather, like, you know, try to do like that in the corner. So I want to at least, like, you know, still... Maybe, and that's the thing, like, here I am, like, you know, still, like, a little sleep deprived. I just, like, aced that. And again, I have been open about the fact I do have a learning deficiency in math or whatever, but... The thing is that people say, like, you know, games ain't good for the mind. They rot your brain. See, I want to have access to like multiple paths here, where the bunk room would like. All right, so I can't access passageway, but I'm gonna like the archives caused me some problems before with the stupid key doors or whatever. So, see, I want to like skim back over these because. Okay. There's a lot of dates here, Rogues, but I want to like log all of them just for the sake of doing so. The only problem is, all right, August 22nd, 85. That's 0685. Wait, hold up. That's a problem. 062285. Whatever. I'll just like log all 3. 2285. There may be a possibility we might have some combinations that do require 6 digits. You never know. We're on the side of caution. Alright, 012786. Alright. 111186. And like I said, I mean, it may be nothing to this. Some of these might, but again, it's the only problem is the November 17th. There's nothing here for the actual date on that. But this one does have one, February 21st, 87. So, 02, 21, 87. All right, cool. All right. Just got some more dates there. There might be not be anything to them, but I'd rather like have them in now because I mean I think like any of these dates could end up being that safe combination. I ain't taking no chances. Bride and Bridge again, maybe. Pretty sure it's Bride and Bridge because you know we've done that one here, around this area. Where's this? Where's the other picture? All right, yeah, Bride and Bridge. I don't want to use my gym as much as I would like to have the security room. Because we can still, like, you know, loop down with the entrance hall anyway. Just won't give us, like, a way back into the spare room. Terrace. See, I want to do the observatory. But the thing is... Here's the kick to it. If we do like this, the green rooms won't like, you know, cost anything to draft. It's gonna like block this off, but there are like some key green rooms. I can't remember if I've ever had the terrace. I mean, this is actually, you know, pretty beautiful. All right. Because this means if we get, like, the greenhouse again, because I think we had, like, a clue to the greenhouse, if I'm correct. I may be wrong. Unless I think there was something to the greenhouse that I think they said something about. Alright, well, this basically means we, ain't got much of a choice on things here. I was trying to check out a book with the library before. But the commissary, I think that it might be a good idea for me to go ahead and do this. I'm thinking about it. If there's a possibility to have gems on sale, I could do that. See? Yeah. 4 gems and a sledgehammer. There's a reason I got the sledgehammer. I'm just hoping I get an opportunity at it. See, I'm still trying to, go through my plan, because I'm hoping with all, like, the corridor-type doors we found, or, like, hallways, I'm hoping we'll still be able to do my plan of, like, the foyer and the Great Hall. Oh, come on. Are y'all serious? I mean, there is still the nook in the billiard room. See, all 3 of these are going to lead nowhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to at least, like, get, like, another gem out of it. Rod and Road. And there is still the matter of, like, me having the key to the secret garden. That means that technically I can open one of the doors to the antechamber. But we still got to get up there to it. That's the only concerning factor. Like, I don't know if there's going to be the stream where we get into the antechamber rogues. It'd be awesome. But just because, like, because things, I got one more room I can, like, negate the effects if it's a red one. I'm wishing it'll be the dark room. Because that's been, like, one of the, like, worst ones to get. So, take some steps, go back to the nook. We'll just use this. Come on, please give me, like, one I'm hoping for. See, the problem with the dark room now is if I get it where it's not going to give me anywhere else to go. We need the... Yeah, I don't want my run to end here. So this way we can kind of, like, link things. We'll link between the nook. It's going to take a couple of these, but... Please don't be locked. Okay, cool. They are really trying to end my run here. I can see that much. But at least if I go to the boudoir or whatever, I can get, like, another gem from, like, the... And... There's always a gem here. That's the reason it's always a good idea to, go to the boudoir or whatever. Boudoir, however you say it. There should be a ruby in here. Yeah. Again, this is, like, the one letter we found so far. But then it said, like, we're going to see we're going to find 7 of them. I think that's, like, what the, fortune teller had stated. I believe he said 7. Let's hope we can kind of, like, find a way to loop back around. And there it goes. Crap. They just, like, that, and that's that. It's all good, though. Part of me is considering putting the secret garden key away. I think that's what I might do. See, I kind of, like, want to have the sledgehammer on hand. I'm going to put the secret garden key there. Because the thing about it is, we can buy the sledgehammer if it comes back up. The secret garden key, though, we can't buy that, if I'm right. And that's, like, at least I know for a fact that's one of the ways, like, we can get into the antechamber. But yeah, that basically just decked my run right there. Like, that's it. We didn't get close to it that time. Let me at least check the billiard room, just see, like, what the tiger into here. Alright, call it a day. That could have went better, but hey, at least it didn't, like, destroy me like, another, like, the runs last night did, because those two, that was a nightmare. The last two, alright, Rustic Villa. Like, the last two, rerolls I did, or last 2 days I did, like, 17 and 18, like, those were a nightmare last night. Like, red rooms everywhere, everything working against me. That was painful. All right, day 20. All right. So like I said, having like to see your garden key, at least we know exactly where it is now. We just need a code check. Okay, let me head out here and honestly, that having the daily allowance, like, upgrades definitely are helping too, because that let me go in there and get the gems, even though I didn't really have like much use for them like I was hoping, because I was wanting like, to get like the foyer to pop up. Okay, I want to do the tool shed. I'm kind of staying waiting for the hovel or whatever. Nice. Oh, perfect. This is great. The shovel and the sledgehammer. Now that's a combination I can get behind. And so that makes things like, 'cause I was just saying we could buy the sledgehammer, didn't have to do that. They just like gave it to me right there. And let's just hope that this means like, hopefully we'll find like, some actual things we can dig. Okay, let's get to work. Okay, now they're giving me the den starting off, so I'm already getting the gem immediately. That's great. But I'm also not going to, like, get too ahead of myself, because I know this could easily, go south. Conservatory's already available. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. That's one reason I did it, too. 2 coins. Okay, let's see. So we got the attic. Ooh. The attic can give us 8 items. Wait, hold on a second, though. I think we need gems for this, though, don't we? Wait, that didn't have a drafting cost. Well, that one seems like that like, comes in, like, enough. The attic. Oh, God. Yeah. We're not going to be able to do anything with the attic. What about the aquarium? Okay, I think they're fine the way they are. We want to do the West Wing Hall. Plain and plan. Okay, no choice. We're going to have to do the chapel here if we want to keep this going. Not too keen on it, so I'm going to try to make sure I just dodge coming in here until I, like, spend money. What I need. There's the corridor. Kind of a given we want to do that. Star and stair. Definitely want the bedroom. Now, sometimes the item in here. Do we have that like this time? Doesn't look like it. Nope. Yeah, there's sometimes items in here, but not this time. Bride and Bridge. And of course, they did the commissary right there when I can't access it. I guess hope we can get something that like leads upwards from here. All right. Before we access the Nook, or do this or whatever, because if it's I would preferably like to have a corridor that goes up. Then maybe we could link it in the chapel, but I know sometimes those cost gems, so I'm gonna go and see if I can like scrounge up some gems. We only got one way here to go with the entrance hall, so. We'll do the parlor. Car keys. So we get the workshop. I got a few things I can combine if I wanted to. So I want to scrounge some gems. Just like, let's see if I can do this right. Gyms are not in the white box or blue box. Gyms are in both the blue box and the... We know you're lying. Gyms are in both the black box and the white box. Here's the thing. This is saying like gyms are in both boxes. This is saying they're in both boxes. This one's saying that it's in the are not in the white box or the blue box. These two are lying. This one's true. I think it's the black box. Because the only one that's out telling the truth or whatever. Because these two, obviously, of course, are saying that they're both in there. This one's like saying what's more true in the sense that, okay, it's not like in either box or whatever. It's not saying they're in two boxes, but it is saying that it's excluded from two, but still in one, which is itself. While these two are trying to say it is in two boxes, and gyms are never in two boxes. So it should be this one. Thank you. I mean, I was like over-explaining it, but... They were trying to use a little bit, I think, reverse psychology there, and I ain't falling for that. See, I'd like preferably to have the passageway over there in the middle. But now we're just going to do the spare room. Now, the commissary can go over that way, but that's just going to be a dead end if I do that. And I would like to have the commissary available. Let's just hope I can, still get that gym back before I head back over. Oh. Ugh. Wait, things are on sale today. I need to take a chance on an upgrade disc, guys, because these never really come along that much in the shop. I know you could buy them. I'm pretty sure I can hopefully get my money back up and get a set of gems. Because that right there. Now we still need to get the office is the problem. Or not even that, or if we can get like any of the things or whatever where there's a terminal. Yeah. I gotta find a terminal though. It's the only problem. About to lose another one here where it said we got an issue with this too. Okay, I'm gonna do the closet because that doesn't cost anything. That just like completely just locked out the entirety of like 2 squares right there, so we can't get to them now. But this is what I was hoping for in a re-roll. So we got 2 gyms now, meaning that all we gotta do is roll one of the places as a terminal. So the office, well, the office costs like 3 gyms, but so realistically, I'd like to have like the security room. But this does bring up another issue. Well, not necessarily. We can access the Nook. We can go to the Nook and not have to worry about going to the chapel just yet. I'm trying to avoid that. I've only got like, 1 coin left. So it's not going to really buy anything with it anyway. But see if I can get one more, I can get another gem. Or I can get the set of gems. So hopefully this is... best case scenario. Now, really, it doesn't really matter here. I mean, this gives me the shortcut between the chapel and the Nook, but it costs 2 gems, while this one right here just lets me go up and down. I can still, like, access, go, like, up, with the chapel. I'd rather keep my, but then again, think about this. I do the hallway, can't go down, and I can't go through the chapel. It's basically the same thing here, where it just, like, excludes, like, an area I couldn't go to anyway, and I get 4 coins back, so we want to do the pantry. And I can replace my steps a little bit. That would have been the better option. So now I have enough to go get some more gems. Which really, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a backtrack to go do that, but, let's see where this leads first. Another hallway. We definitely want that. Okay, now before I go further in, I need to go get the gems first, because if we end up, like, doing a draft and it has, like, the foyer or the Great Hall available, and I can't afford it, then that's going to be an issue. So I'd rather go and have the gems, like, available first. Trying to play it smart here. Just enough for it. All right. At the very least, you know, the secret garden key should be at the coat check until, like, you know, originally they were talking about, like, not responsible for items that get lost, like, overnight, but I think as we've seen before, they do keep the items, you know, there. I'm assuming definitely until, like, you access the coat check again, because there's obviously not going to be a guarantee it's going to come back up, you know, on the, See, now I can go in here, and see, now I ain't got no money. I can go on in here. And open the way. See, that works out great. Because now I can go right back to the hallway instead of having to go all the way back around, all the way through there. So it means I'm saving like a little steps here. That worked out perfectly. Now if I can get to rank 8, which is like 4 ranks away, I'll have like access to a meal. So yeah, this run's kind of going smoothly, all things considered right now, but I'm not going to, like, you know, get too ahead of myself. We know there can be some digging plots out there. Took a gem, but I'll still have enough light to do what I need to do. I'm trying to mainly just go ahead and get on up to rank. There's no really digging plots. Oh, here's one. Nice little some food. Okay, how many coins? 2. The metal detector. That's where. Hold on, this might be one of the times I've had like the most. I don't think I've ever really had like this many items. This will spread gems in each green room, and plus it's like the only way I can continue to move forward. So, took a gem, but at least it means I'll get like more back. Cause since that happened, I just basically got back the gem. After the way like this game cheated me last night, I'm trying to turnabout's fair play on it. Billiard room. See, cause the hallway right there. Okay, yeah. Gives me a chance to do another map puzzle. Now, here's what I'm hoping for. Can we get the Great Hall of the Foyer? Come on. Darn it. What? Come on. Secret passage. Well, then he's going to let me... See, the thing is, I really want to do, like, you know, the thing for, what's his name? But this right here could, like, you know, let me force something. Because the Halls of Holly, come on. Oh, come on, give me something here as soon as I can open this. Gotcha. Hopefully this works the way I'm wanted to. But the thing about it is, obviously, we can't get both of them here. But this is what I need. I need the foyer. So we're going to do the foyer here. Now, if we can get the Great Hall. Come on now. Not quite. I might have just, and this might like have just, because the thing is, if I do this or whatever, because these both are gonna, like, you know, just cause it to. I still got a chance through the hallway down there of maybe getting a Great Hall. See, I'm gonna still like need the gems for it. Now, realistically, if I do this, opportunity to earn and spread money or whatever, it means I could get money back up to go and get more gems. And I can go and upgrade something. So I'm hoping I can just, like, you know... Yeah, I know dinner's ready. I'll be there in a minute. That's why I was also wanting to do this for as well. All right, upgrade this. Please let it be one that's worth, like, upgrading. All right, what we got for this one? The parlor. All right, what we got going on here? Oh, hell no. I don't think so. Price is equal to red rooms in your house. So basically, that's definitely a risk versus reward thing. If you got, like, plenty of red rooms, you can get more gems from that. But you open an empty box, you lose 30. No. This, however, is enticing. So if I do this, I get extra gem. But if I do this, I get 2 chances. But I'd rather have the extra gem because like the puzzles haven't really been that hard so far. I kind of like, having my little, the whole risk versus reward on that in that sense. 2 wind-up keys basically gives me 2 chances. And honestly, let's be real, with some like these combinations, I've definitely like deserved it when I lost. When I, chose wrong. I'm gonna go with the 3 times price. Because gems are pretty crucial, as you guys have seen. Okay, I think that was actually worth it because I see the parlor a lot. So I'm not even gonna bother like trying to open that just yet or whatever, because we know that I've had like. But also we need to go ahead and like spread the money around. So this run's going decently. I think it said okay. Now if we can get a conference room, like they're all gonna go right to the conference room. So make it easier to collect everything. Okay. I'm not gonna like, I think I'm gonna watch what doors I access for now. Tie in time, we've done that one. Because I want to make sure I've got like some gems in case we can still get the Great Hall. No, huh? Oh, how'd I miss those? Well, of course, I remember it said to add them in. What am I thinking? I missed them because they weren't there when I passed through. They weren't there to miss. But with the metal detector, it's actually one of those times I'm actually happy for the metal detector because it'll basically tell me like what room has like, coins in them now if I don't see them. See, look at that. So the metal detector actually has some, ooh, pizza. Scratch that. Wood fried pizza. Summer truffle sauce smothered in fontina cheese, wild mushrooms and sliced salami, cooked to perfection. Just that sounds so good. Plus an additional 10 if you have a furnace in your house. I don't care. Just give me 20 steps. Hey, okay, now that's like a crime right there. You need to finish the whole pizza, young man. All right, so yeah, now the metal detector really is helping us because. Okay. Trying to think about the best way to go back about this because I don't want to lose my money at the chapel. Okay, I can see how we can do this. I'm just hoping I'm gonna have enough steps for everything. We still don't have a kitchen. So we're not gonna step through there just yet. So we need to save our money. I mean, I've got like plenty of steps to go around. Okay. Ah, shoot. And see, that would have led nowhere if we did that. So since they're all leading nowhere anyways, as much as I want to do the library steps, I really need to get my steps back up right now. And we got a gem out of it too. Okay, we already know that was like a thing for the puzzle. We already pretty much know exactly what it is. Stage and stage. Yeah, that's for the billiard room math puzzle. If I can get back in here, I definitely want like some money, like I mean, some money like maybe like pay for something in the kitchen. But I mean, my steps are mostly good at the moment, as long as I just don't. Yeah, now the metal detector, like I said, actually has like some use to it because it's basically telling me like when I go in a room, like where there's coins. There's a gem and coins. See, this run's been really nice to me, but I'm also wondering what the catch is. But I definitely need a kitchen, like, sometime soon. Alright, hopefully I can actually buy more stacks. But did I actually put, like, money? I totally did. Alright. So we can't get a stack of gems, but... Okay, there's only, like, a certain amount of gems we can get, but I bought what I could. While we're at it, I can get a key. Actually, a couple keys. Okay. All right. Good. And if we can go into another room that's got money in it, you know, as long as we get like a kitchen, that'll help us get our steps back up. I mean, like I said, we're still for the most part kind of good on steps. As long as I just watch where I go and don't, like, you know, waste anything. So here's the thing. If we're going to try to save time here, we need to go through the chapel. But we ain't got a whole lot of money anyway. I'm going to let there's money in here so I can technically... I figured that wasn't going to be the case. Because we only got, like, you know, one way you can really go, is which is the office. All right. And also, thankfully... Yeah, welcome in, Jeremy. There's definitely, like, a lot of cozy rooms. I mean, the dining room definitely looks cozy. Wait a minute. We never did the dart puzzle this time either. So I can get a few more gems here, too. Or maybe even, like, all right. So let's go ahead and work on this again. 3. Okay, 3 plus 11 plus 6. Alright, so that's, 9, 20. Alright, so that's 10, 2. Would it be 6? That was a lot to take in there. Okay, 18, 10, 40 divided by 20. 40 divided by 20. Okay, let me make sure I'm reading it right. So we got 18 minus 8, that's 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40 divided by 20. That might be 2, but let me just kind of, like, you know, confirm this. If it actually is 2. 40 divided by 20. I'll be damned. I'm surprised I actually really kind of, like, thought that up in my head like that. Alright, so this might be a little tricky here. Alright, so we've got 2 times, alright, 2, 4. Alright, 2 times, 2 is 4. Okay, this might be a little bit more, because the way they got, alright, so let me see, 2. So either way, even if I was to say, you know, 2 plus 2 is 4, or 2 divided by 2 times 2, that's still 4. So we'll say 4 times 10, then that's 4, that's 40. Times 1 is 40, divided by 8. If it's probably, this might throw me off, but I want to say it's 5. That was it. That is just, I think it was like the placing of everything was like where it got a little bit trickier, but. Yeah, I mean, and the thing about it is, like, I'm surprised, like, how I'm actually, you know, kind of like, you know, getting the vast majority of it, just like, and I needed the calculator right there, but still, you know, with one of them I did get it, and it was still 2, but it's like when they have, like, those little big numbers like that. I mean, see, Mac is, like, usually one that's pretty good with math. I'm actually really surprised this game made me kind of like math a little bit. I mean, not a lot. Trust me, not a lot. I still hate math, but I hate it a little bit less. Bat and boat. I don't think we had bat and boat yet, did we? I think that's a new one. Boat and bat is new. No. No, bat and bat. We need boat and bat. So we got ourselves a bit of a problem here, rogues. I'm only one space away from having, like, you know, this filled out with all these combinations. But I feel like, you know, with how many rooms there are in the house, whatever, if I'm lucky at the very least, if I was to, like, try to, like, figure out the letter for each one of these that's missing, I might at least be able to get, like, the majority of the phrase deciphered. I'm still going to, like, unscramble it, probably. Because really, I feel like the quickest way to kind of figure this out is if I went and, like, looked at a guide online, seeing, like, which room, like, you know, had, like, which combination. But I feel like that'd be kind of cheating, too. So I'd rather, like, have the fun of going and trying to see if I can unscramble it. All right, moment of truth here, guys. This is our last, like, room. Possibly. I wish we can get the Great Hall. Crap. Well, it's not quite over yet. So we got ourselves a choice here. I can either do the gymnasium and, like, and still have, like, a shot at one more thing and maybe get the observatory there, push gonna shove, or I do this and I go up. See, this one, like see, the observatory right here only gives me 2. This gives me, or 1. This gives me 2. But I'm not really doing a whole lot of backtracking anyway, so. Let's hope I can still get... Now, see, that's just evil. Now, that is petty. Wow. I knew things were going too good. That's BS. And I don't think there's a key card anywhere around. I'm not gonna lie, rogues, that makes me a little mad. Probably should access the terminal and, like, turn out security. That's what I'm gonna start doing for now. I think I'm gonna start turning out the security on these things every time until I can actually get, like, a key card. Then I'll turn it back up because I feel like, you know, they might have, like, some decent things in the rooms, but that's frustrating. This is a decent run, and then they pull that on me. So I wish I could just, like, look around and just find a random key card laying around, but I know I'm not going to, and plus I'm running out of steps now. That was cheap. That was so cheap. I mean, the other thing that gets me is the fact they give me, like, items I don't even get a chance to use. I got to use the shovel a little bit, but not the sledgehammer. Don't get me started on the car keys. Hold up. Whoopee. Well, we had ourselves a nice little saunter through this house, rogues, but unfortunately it's come to an end again, so now we gotta, like, call it another day. That sucked. Next time I'm gonna, like, try, like, just go and turn down, like, I need to start making a habit of turning these things down. Like, just make sure, like, try, like, you know, keep the number of rooms available, like, to hold this on me, like, to a minimum. I'm gonna go ahead and say straight up, that wasn't fair. And what would have been, like, you know, tragic comedy is if somehow, like, you know, the card would have been locked behind the key card rooms, which we couldn't even get to them anyway, that in that sense, but that would have been what would have made it so bad. Of course, it was a red room that screwed me over. Like, let's not forget, like, aside from the... And what gets me is, like, okay, now we're gonna take 2 steps away from me, but these are 2 steps you could, like, you know, use in either of those rooms anyway. You can't go into in the first place. I just feel like this game is consistently trying to find ways to, like, just troll me. Like, what I do to you? I mean, I swear this house has an attitude. Just like I like with the name of the last stream. See, I want to do the tomb because it's interesting. It says each time you draft a dead end in your house, and guys, we've drafted plenty of those, spread 5 in a tomb. But I still have to come back out here and get it, but I'm really interested in this. I ain't seen it. I was thinking if I see, like, something new or whatever, I'm going to, like, probably go ahead and try to go for it. Definitely Creepsville. So is the old man buried here? Open only in the event of my death. Simon, so here's where it all ends, at least for me. And of all the picturesque places of this grand estate, I chose this dreary, dark, dank dungeon to be laid to rest. And that same dim, somber fate will fell upon my father and his father for him, who loved the outdoors even more than myself. They say there is no stronger bond of servitude than tradition. Family tradition thrice as strong. These are chains that seldom bend and never break. I do wonder what plans and prospects of yours will be sacrificed upon the family fond of convention. What biography of your own will you forsake to add another page to your father's memories, or your mother's, or mine? In our youth, we are gifted with dreams and ambitions. At our death, we are left with realities and regrets. I think there is no greater sin than to perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth, that strangle purpose, that suffocates dreams. What point is there to live another's life for the sake of our own? Oh, how I wish to have been buried but underneath the great oak, overlooking the plains, the wondrous woods and the worldly mountains, and the wild holly that surrounds that trunk. Perpetual token of sympathy laid across my grave. What dreadful tradition is it that dumped me in this sunless hollow? And if by morbid example, this dark crypt makes any impression whatsoever on you, if reading this letter within these damp halls plants you a seed of hope, if these words might grant you the strength to bend it, if not break these chains, then would I cherish this tome more than oak, and sycamore and spruce, more than the wondrous woods and worldly mountains. This cold stone room would become the most cherished place in all our domain. I would have you raise a shrine upon this spot to commemorate the moment of your liberty, to treat this sepulcher solid ground, to realize that grand gestures can be as effective as they are theatric, and to, in turn, as recompense for the freedom that's granted you, commit yourself to be buried here within this mausoleum of dreams, and when that day comes to write your own letter to inspire the next generation that follows in our footsteps, as is tradition. Herbert S. Sinclair. I don't want to be buried down here. What concerns me is this is the only coffin I'm seeing. He's saying, like, they were buried down here, and I ain't seeing them anywhere. So what? I really don't want to look at the fact that they basically took them out of the coffin and yeeted him in there. I mean, wait 1 minute. Okay, I stand corrected. There's another coffin here, so I guess they are buried here. But see, that's not what I'm concerned about now. The statues. The hats and the things they're holding. Money. Each of your journeys come to a conclusion here in the tomb. Each of our journeys come to a conclusion here in the tomb. The floor plan is the definitive dead end. Or is it? Yup. I'm seeing it. What's this? I think we got, like, the answer to the chapel puzzle here. Alright. Good thing I took those notes. So my guess is we're going to have to, like, push these in the order that we saw them up there. Alright. So unfortunately, like, alright, so I'm going to have to, like, do a little bit of finessing here. Alright, so we want to start with the gardener. Soon I can interact with him. Yes, the writer. Yeah, the gardener, right? The baker. Alright, where's the farmer? So it's the farmer and the... I was worried about getting the farmer and the gardener mixed up. Alright, that's definitely the farmer. I mean, for some reason. We need a chimney sweeper. That's the maid. Nice try. There's chimney sweeper. Now the maid. I guess the names really didn't matter in the end for them. The writer. I think that it was over here. I think I see her. Or is that the... No? I was close. And this one. Let's see if this works. Alright. That puzzle's solved. No one says, okay, this is looking a little more high tech, you know, or a little more advanced compared to like that. We're not really advanced, but catacombs. Okay, with any luck, I don't have to solve that puzzle again. Alright, this is definitely getting like a little bit creepy. Alright. Underground excavation tunnel, underground mat reservoir. Don't think I can take this with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of it. Alright. At this, I'm just hoping I'll have like enough steps to get back up, you know, and explore the house like, you know, like clockwork. But if this is like something like, you know, for some, you know, for future planning, future proofing. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else in here. I just want to make sure. Wait, I can interact with death here. Okay, so what we got? All right, so that opened another door. I'm hoping that what this pretty much will be is like, you know, everything will stay opened. Figure it would. I mean, he's gonna come back down here and abandon mine. Thankfully, all these areas where I've only like, you know, are... Is that a... Ooh, another upgrade disc. Thankfully, like, you know, these areas are big. You know, basically, that like... I noticed we've only, like, used, like, what, like 5 steps? Total? So these areas are massive, but, you know, they don't, like, you know, take a whole lot of steps. They don't take, like, steps in between them. So I'm covering a lot of ground, but, like, each area, like, the abandoned mine, the catacombs, and, like, the tomb are all, like, you know, just one... are massive rooms apiece. Okay. So I really wanted to. I could, like, just, like, you know, just Photoshop all these. I basically, like, just try to make a map out, like, the different pieces. Just, like, you know, kind of crop out, like, the background stuff. I could probably, like, actually, you know, put the map back together in Photoshop, but roughly. It wouldn't be perfect. I'm hoping that maybe what this is, like, you know, there might... Alright, so that's definitely key right there. I feel like if I actually just, like, did try to, like, you know, piece everything together, like, into a rough concept of a map or whatever in Photoshop, that would really, like, you know, kind of like make it easier to read the thing. Okay, can't access the boat. We can't go that way either. It's flooded. I don't know, that's like everything I can do so far. Yeah, I can't really access anything here. So it says reservoir. Alright, so I mean, I guess we're pretty much, you know, done down here for now. I can't go anywhere else. That's flooded. You know, we can't access the boat. So I guess that's probably about everything we could do. I mean, if nothing else, we got an upgrade disc out of it, so that's always a win. Let's just hope it's going to be for a room that... I mean, like, upgrading any of the rooms is going to be good. As long as they kind of, like, you know... I mean, the whole thing with the parlor, that was definitely a good upgrade. So now that, you know, we get, like, an extra gem... I kind of feel that was a better upgrade than the one we did for the one where we mashed 2 rooms together. I mean, it keeps it unlocked. But... I mean, it's basically a green room. We don't have to worry about, like, you know, having any extra currency to access. But at least now we find get-ins in the house. We can come down here and get some change. But at the same time, is it even going to be worth the steps? I think it's going to take like maybe like 3 steps to get like, you know, about like probably maybe 3 steps to get from here to the, from the house to here. You know, you go outside, then you access like the other area, and then you go into this. So I think it'd be like 3 steps total. Just get out of here. Here we go. All right, so that was an interesting little spot. So at least now if I draft any dead ends, you know, I'll get money. But I'm wondering if it could be possible if I draft dead ends wherever they'll collect down there for another day, but I doubt that. I'll go and make a wish. I don't know what this does, but I keep wondering if like over time it might do something. We still got 60 steps, like, or 59 to work with. We got a nice little boost on my money right there. Alright, so. See, we do the... See, I'd like to have the parlor in the corner. That way we can kind of like, you know, just go up with it. So hopefully, like, we do the den in the parlor. If things work out okay with this. Come on. Well, still, that's not bad. And I could do the bedroom, so but the thing is, it's just like a thing where, okay, I'll get, like, gain 2, but still, like, I'm gonna basically... I'd rather do this. So I get some money out of it, and I can go and, like, get some of my steps back that I lost. It's 3, so... Or 2, so... Still would have been, like, the same amount I would have got from the bedroom. I don't like the chapel, but this is like the only way I can kind of like to have like a way leading up, and so that gives me like, you know, 2 different paths to take. But I'm not going in there yet. Sand, dessert, and desert. All right, what we got for this? I don't know. I mean, I could have the guest bedroom there, because I mean, this is still going to lead back around to another room anyway, but I'd like to have like a little shortcut there, and plus this gives me a chance to do the puzzle again. I know I probably could have got the billiard room later, but... And again, like, if we get dead ends, we'll still get money. We can get my money back out of it. Alright, so you see 14. Alright, now they get more complex with this. Alright, 2 plus 1. To the 4th power, that's 3. Should be 12. Okay, see. I think I get what they're trying to do. I need to add them up individually. 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, it's still 12. Alright. See, and then they try to go down the wrong way. Alright, this one's going to be a little more complex. Wait, hold on. 2 plus 3. Well, that's the thing. It's 12 either way. Wait, hold on. 9. Because I got to, like, buy into itself. Okay, that caught me for a second there. That was on me. All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Times 2, that's 10. Be 1, right? No. Now I'm kind of slipping up. All right, so 9. All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Or do we have to... Right. They're getting more complex with it. 5, all right, so 5 times 2 is 10. 10, so that would be 100 divided by 10. Wouldn't that be 10? Okay, I was ahead of myself. They're making it more complex now. Hold up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 times 2. So that'd be 50. 50 divided by 10 would be 5, right? Okay, yeah. I kind of had a little recovery there. So 1, 2, all right. 1, 18. Okay, now you're just trying to be funny. 9 to 18 is 2. Get out of my face with that. I don't know how I'm doing this now, because again, I've always been absolutely terrible at division. Now, like, just like that, you know, it took me like a few times there. So I kind of want the courtyard. So that, and honestly, that's kind of a given. It takes a gem, but... See, now this is what y'all need to do more. Y'all need to, like, have the shovel out here. I like how it was actually, it was, like, just already planted in the ground. Okay, we definitely want a hallway here. The parlor. So I need to find, like, you know, one of the terminal rooms so I can use my upgrade disc. The gems are in the false box. The gems are in the false box. Only one of the other boxes is false. I think I know what they're trying to do here. The gems are in the false box. Gems are in the false box. Only one of the other boxes is false. But see, here's the kick to it. The way they're doing this, one of these could be telling the truth about the false box. The other one could be, or whatever, also saying... So both of these could be true, but both of them also could be, like, lying. But this is only one of the other boxes false, meaning that both of these will be false, and by all accounts, this one will be false. They're trying to trick me here. They're probably still going to get me, but I'm going to try this and hope I'm right. That one was a little tricky. But like I said, it's like the gems are in the false box or in the false box. So one of them could have been telling the truth. One could have been lying. Or actually, you know, basically, or how this worked. Trying not to confuse myself and confuse you guys. So one of these was making that statement it was true. And the other one was saying it. That meant that both of them had to be true. But then this one right here was saying, like, you know, only one of the other boxes is false. It was kind of impossible because, like, you know, both of these, like, you know, would have had to have been either false or true. That's the way that whole thing went. If one was telling the truth, the other one had to be telling the truth. If one was false, the other one was false. And then that meant, like, you know, either way, this one was kind of... Yeah, that was pretty clever how they did that. That one was a pretty awesome one. I'm gonna lie, that was some pretty clever, you know, mechanics behind that one. Alright, I'd rather go up its own way. And plus, we create a dead end. We can get money back out of it. I need that grand hall, though, or that foyer again. I mean, I know we kind of like usually see that when we go further up, but... Before we can continue to plot this way, I'm gonna go back around. I think I've already seen, like, we got, like, a few dead... Well, not that's thing. For it to be a dead end, we have to, like, have a path or whatever that doesn't lead anywhere. And some of these, like... So far, we got one... We got, like, one dead end so far. So that's it. Okay, doing this so that we can, I don't think I really need the mattifying glass. Let's see, that's the thing. These right here, do I really need any of these? I want to get the sledgehammer, and plus it is on sale. And the sleeping mask could definitely help. Maybe the magnifying glass, you never know. Some of these documents could have something hidden. I'm getting sick and tired of these doors. I'm gonna try to find a security room, and I'm gonna, like, you know... Now that was kind of BS that they had that show up so quickly here. Now we're doing a lot. All right, so I think we got some keys. That's do this. So we're back to this whole thing again. The other ones they gave me will basically, in this path, even though we do have a way to get around the well, no, we can't do that because otherwise we only have the chapel. Commissary, we need the a key card. Some of these combinations are absolutely just brutal. Oh, believe me, I totally would. I mean, I think maybe there's a possibility it could, but see, I wish I could get a workshop now. I got some items. I want to see if I can combine something. And we do have the entrance hall down here we can go check out too. So let's go ahead and just keep going forward. Or right. See, I don't want to use the gym, but this would let me access the upgrade room. Or would let me upgrade like one of the rooms because it's got a terminal in here. Experiment setup. Hold up. Immediately, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. That'd be cool. Whenever you spend 2 more gems in a room. Immediately gain or out. What we get? A key. So that can be a key card. I'd say that was worth doing. All right, so what we got for this one? A closet. So probably like permanently add like another item to it. Yeah, I ain't doing that. 4 extra items are drafted to join to a red room. So that's definitely a risk versus reward thing where we have to draft it. We can get 4 items, but we have to have a red room. All right, 2 extra items are drafted to join to a bedroom. I think I'm going to go with the bedroom closet. Okay. I could have definitely done the allowance thing, but... Oh, you got to be kidding me. Now they're throwing red rooms at me. Whatever. All right, because this one could completely just goof us up, so... Patio. Because this thing is... We already got, like, a green room. So technically I'll get the one back in here and then get another one. And plus we got, like, a spot to dig here. Not like it mattered. Hopefully this one has something better. A coin. And of course they immediately take it from me again. Okay, please let this lead somewhere good. Not just be a... Course. End up being a storeroom. But at least I got another gem. And I do have another chance I just still, like, go forward with the archive. So... Oh, well, there's a key. But that's not a key card. talk about? It's not even 2x around. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, boy. Here we go. Watch this. Well, that works. But I'm not too keen on this. So we only got one way we can really go with this anyway or whatever. So I'm going to have to go back and try to get some more gems. Because there's a possibility we can end up getting that, maybe if I'm lucky, I can end up getting the great, I get a foyer there. I doubt it, but. Okay, we know that's not going to do well for us. I'm going to take a chance with the dark room. I know it's not going to work out well for me, but. Wow. Of course. And I didn't have a security room, so I couldn't, like, lower the access. See, that's what frustrates me when they keep on having all these things here, and you really can't do anything about them or whatever. Like, you know, it's irritating when they have, like, the key cards show up, or the key card doors show up, and they can completely, like, just destroy your run like that. Things are going kind of well, and then that happened. Like, I understand if it's a possibility that, you know, the key card's somewhere around the house and you just ain't found it yet. I'm about to lose money here, but. And now this. Wait for it. Oh, surprisingly, they actually were nice to me for once. I figured that was a catch. Watch this. I knew I spoke too soon. And then just to rub it in, they put an apple right there when I don't really have, like, too much else I go. I mean, I do have the hallway. Or the passageway. But geez, this game can be nasty with, like, some of this. You know, like, how it goes about things. So I just wish I could have got the security room. I would have, like, just went on and lowered the odds of seeing, like, seeing key card doors. Because those have become the bane of my existence. Right. See? Completely forgot about that. Okay, straight through. And like I said, I've got, like, a really good plan for what I want to do. It's just, like, it's a matter of getting the right combination of everything. I need to get, like, the foyer and the Great Hall. Because all those doors in the Great Hall, I feel like there's definitely got to be something behind them. Like, why would they have, like, 7 locked doors, like, unless you could do something? We know we do that, or either way, regardless, if this one doesn't end up going straight up. What the hell? Does not reset each day. So I guess what they're trying to tell me is that the foundation is always going to have a possibility of being here, I suppose. Okay, well. Yeah, well, at least I opened you up. Totally different. Only issue is, don't seem like we can really do much here. There's definitely something to that. Hold up, there's a digging plot here at least. A few coins. Another digging plot. Probably gonna be like a boot or something. Okay. So that's obviously very ominous. I thought it was about... Huh? That's weird. Oh, wait, hold on. There's steps right here. Alright, so our run's not quite over rogues, but it's probably about to be. Well. Drawing room. So here's the issue here. Good news is, I found the place. I mean, I found the code checking in, but it's not really going to help me. Redraw the plans. Now watch them do the... If we want to keep going, with boudoir is the only thing we can do. Not quite. This game's still kind of like, you're trying to... Being problematic. Welcome in, Nico. So at least I can get a gem out of this again, but I got a few more steps. Wait, how do I get some steps back? Oh, I think it's because like I had something else drawn where I think it would let me get steps. That's straight. Sleeping mask, that's right. It's a sleeping mask. I forgot I had that. See, and I could have... I don't have the code check anyway. Now watch this. I bet you this is it. Surprisingly not. I still got access to the library. Alright, now... Alright, so EPCW Pump System User Manual. Pool series... Okay, at least not that much. The EPCW pump system is engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor in-ground swimming pool and spa. The EPCW system is also expandable, allowing you to use multiple pumps to control the water flow and volume to several different designated tanks and aquatic house features, be it aquarium, fountain, or good old-fashioned swimming pool. Water control panel. Whether you're using a single tank system or an array of pumps, the water control panel serves as a central hub to your EPCW system. The panel is fitted with a number of buttons equal to your own home's needs, one button for each different water source on the estate. The function is simple. Press a button to select the water source you would like to adjust. For example, if you wish to drain or fill your pool, simply press the button labeled pool. Regardless of the number of pumps or water sources being used, water can only be adjusted from a source if its corresponding button is selected. After you have selected that source using the water control panel, the next step is to set the pump associated with that source to pump either in or out. This will initiate water flow to from one of your supply tanks. 2-tank pump lever controls water flow direction. Dang it. Get out of the way, magnifying glass. Move. Thank you. Select the source, the pump. Pump may be connected to more than one tank, allowing you to store and retrieve even more water. Recommended for cleaning larger Olympic-sized pools. In those cases, the tank a pump is using can be changed by a simple flip of a switch. Click Star Guide. Use water control panel, select water source. Use pump lever to set water flow direction. So you could just set all that. All right, now who read this one? Gene Ribbon, Paul Withers, and just me. So yeah, like I said, between like the one for that Caleb guy, and Mary Marigold, or whatever her name was. Keep forgetting her name. I think it was like Simon, like implied to be Simon's mom. Those are the ones that had like the detective investigating it. That right there was definitely like a lot less, didn't really have as much, going on with it. Coat and Coast. Yeah, but last night I got like, right outside the doorway to enter, like to the antechamber, but couldn't get in. It's fine, Nico. I understand. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, so believe me, I get it. We can at least access one more room. So we know we can't go to the dark room because I ain't got the key card. Well, got this again. Not even really do much with it. Turnip. Well, now the game's wanting to be nice to me, trying to give me food and everything. Now it wants to do the foyer. Tragic comedy. It wants to do the foyer right here when I've got no way whatsoever accessing the... I can't even access it. All right, let's just do this one, because I'm not about, like, you know... Please, what is this one right here? Now... This game, I swear. Well, you know what? I'm not done yet. As a matter of fact, the Darkroom's petty ass or whatever there. How about that? I am not done yet. No, I'll turn it right back around on you punks. Stupid. It's about time like this is... I mean, I don't know if I'm going to make it back to it. But I'm turning these things off. I've had enough of these security cards. I'm doing it, and now I'm just looking at it to be petty. I don't care. You know, I can't make it over there. The fact I did that. I'm going back over here, and I'm going to see what's behind that stupid door. I think. Oh, yeah, this game's totally got jokes now. I could have went through the commissary and got there quicker. I might not make it. Just a simple matter of fact, I managed to get to this door anyway. Wow. So we still need a blackout just to use... Oh, son of a... What would be worse is actually there's a key card in here. More tragic comedy. If I could have got like a workshop. Yeah, I could have like, you know, I'm just making sure they know key card. Well, I mean, I got a magnifying glass if I wanted, like, you know, look at some other stuff here. I think we pretty much covered everything. I hate you. You stupid door. I absolutely hate you. Well, you know, I'm leaving on my terms. I'm gonna leave like with one little bit of pep in my step. I'm calling it a day. With my one little step that was left. You ain't gotta make me leave, you know, on your terms. I'm leaving on my terms. I swear, I just feel like every time I come ordinary villa, BS, this place is not ordinary. There's nothing ordinary about this place. Like I said, I feel like this house is alive and it's just consistently trying to, like, you know, be petty about the fact I'm trying to get to this room and it doesn't like it. And I can't skip this little scene here, so I gotta look at this house like the whole way. Like I've gotta like stare at, like, you know, like they're doing like the thing, like the house, like, yeah, I'm the star of this game. It ain't you, it's me. They gotta emphasize that, yeah, this is the house you're going into. You're gonna inherit and you're gonna have to, like, you know, live with it and in it. We ought to keep in mind that I will gladly see to it that the I throw some paint back at that dark room if it shows up. Can't hurt to go down here to see if there's any items. I don't think there's gonna be any items in here. I don't think I've really seen anything in here. I mean, whenever I can figure this thing out. I mean, at this point, I mean, I know I haven't actually really looked at any of the rooms, like, you know, for the lore. I mean, that's like a whole bunch of rooms I'd like go through and read about. Also, got a bit of audio desync going on. Fix that real quick. Okay. So, we're gonna go this door. I wanted like a... Oh, so the foundation stays there. So now we see like how to find it now. Okay. I don't know what its purpose is, but the foundation is now. So you guys can't see it from my end, but the foundation actually is now like perpetually on the map, so we know where it is. So we know exactly how to access it. So that means that's got to be some kind of key area. I'd like to do this so that way I can at least like get around the billiard room. All right, math time again. 10. 2. Okay, 18. 18 times 18. Oh, 18. This is gonna be a little tricky. So if I'm guessing, so what's the yellow? That's how many times we got to subtract from it. Oh, this is a weird one. All right, it's getting worse. 18. Minus 16, so that's 2. Hold up. No. Well, if we said 18 plus 16? No? It's fine, Nico. So that's the thing. It's basically showing, so that's the thing about it. Like previously we had like a blue square, now it's a yellow square, and we know the yellow, and that's the thing. Blue, like, the thing about it is I thought, like, you know, that was basically multiplied by the 4th power, but it seems like they're trying to imply, like, with this, is like, I don't know. 18, minus 16 will be 2. Hold up. I wonder if it could be possible. Let's try this, and I know it ain't gonna work, but 18, all right, minus 16, that's 2. Gotcha. If it's what I think it is, we still have to multiply by the 4th power, but it's the number that we basically subtracted it to, not the number we start with. So 20 minus 16. It's 4. Should be 16. And it was only 2 steps that time. Now y'all give me the key card. Where was this last time when I need? Alright, so that wasn't as bad as I thought. It took me a second. See, this is tragic comedy. I saw tragic comedy before. It's like, no, it's more tragic when they wait till the next round or wherever and give it to me. At least now I ain't got to worry about it. But now they're not gonna have as many now they're not have as many security doors. But thing is, once I at first that was daunting. But I kind of like guess what this probably means moving forward is that if we get a pink one, it'll have to be like we go by the 4th power for whatever we multiplied to, the multiplied number. That'll come from multiplication, and if we get a purple one, it'll be like whatever we divide, like we come up with from dividing. But it seems like it's taking less steps now, so that's kind of a plus. They're gonna get more, and maybe they're gonna get more difficult, but take less steps. That was only like what, like 2 or 3 steps there, or 2 steps? I'm not entirely sure. Like, we're gonna do the den. And guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah, at the very least, this is a little dip in my floor, whatever. I have to keep on like turning the wheel in my chair. Sorry about that as well. So, alright, so well, we'll do the chapel. So that way we can have like, a way to go down to the corner and continue to go upwards. I don't like the chapel. But hey, guess who just negated the effects of it? I forgot about that. So now it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'll set the security level like up high, for like the key card doors. Now that I actually have a means of getting through them. So keep on wondering if there may be like something special you can get like on the other side of a key card door. Definitely want to do this. Every box is black. I think I just got someone's subscribed to the channel. Won't be able to tell his name just yet. But yeah, that was my alert for like getting So whoever subscribed, appreciate you. It's not gonna show like the name or any alerts just yet, but lights just went off. So at least I'm able to think people right when it happens. Right, every box is black. Every box contains gems. The statement of one of the other 2 blocks could be true if you replace the word every with the word this. See, because even still, this box isn't black. This box contains gems. But see, here's the problem here. The statement on one of the other 2 boxes will be true if you replace... Now, I don't know if I need to believe this one. But I think that one actually might be telling the truth because that was too drawn out. And plus, when you look at how everything sets up, so it says if you say this box is black. Obviously not. But this box contains gems. Now watch it still. I swear, if it's lying to me, if this would be like the kind of thing this game will pull. Well, okay. See, they were trying to make me. It was making me second guess. And it's like, wait a minute, we're saying all that. What if what's saying right here is a lie? But that just seemed like it was way too drawn out just for it to not be, something to it. But that would have been like the kind of like, pettiness this game would have pulled. It's like, okay, we're saying all this, but then you go and pull that. It's like, and it still would have like. I like how the box just got like so eloquent. Like suddenly it's just like, Just basically gave the solution away to me instead of like being cryptic about it. The only thing that kind of like concerned me is it said could be true. It didn't say it would be. If I'm right. I want to try to keep it going. Let me see. We'll do that. Crow and row. It's been a bit since we've done the observatory. Problem is, it does a dead end, and the commissary might be a better idea. I want to do the observatory, get my next bonus word, but that's going to be a dead end all around. I want to, like, try to keep, like, things going upwards. Who knows, we might get something decent out of this. All right, tie and tier. So unfortunately, the sales are... Yeah, it's no longer sale day. I feel like I should try to like get a few more coins up to get like the set of gems. You know, we already got like a few, but again, I'm determined to do that combination of the foyer and the Great Hall. And plus, I'll be able to get my gems back. So I don't know like what the point of the foundation is, but I do want to like at least have something linked to it. And this lets me like have like 2 ways I can go here. I had to just use a gem. Cotton coat. Should I get this out? Because I really want to do the coat. The thing is, I could, technically speaking... I'll go for it. Well, I don't know. I mean... See, if I do this, I'll be able to get my gems. Okay, because the thing is, I know for a fact that's like a guaranteed means of me opening a door to the antechamber. I keep wishing I can get the secret passageway, because I've had, like, luck with getting a, or we'll leave that the way it is at the moment. I've had, like, luck with the secret passageway and getting to the, Great Hall or Foyer corridor. That's kind of a given right here. Now, before we get too far in, I'm going to go buy my other gems. And then I still got like 5 more I can buy later once I get like some more coins. Metal detector. No shovel yet, but I doubt I'll find one. But all right, so now we've got like access to the foundation again. Oh well, okay. Probably want to put the dining room here. So I can get, like, some eats. Yeah, this is the way it leads to the Huh? Oh, okay, never mind. So the way the foundation is blocked off from there. The corridor... Alright, yeah.
Here comes a new challenger!
Okay. Here. One sec, guys. Hold on a second. All right, either way. We'll do that. Well, do I want to do that? Because, I mean, I have access to the observatory again. Hang on, one more thing I'm just looking at. Alright, so we got two ways we can go here. This obviously is going to link to the foundation from one side. Jesus. Okay, so I... See, we're getting all these hallways, but we're not getting the one I need. I'm definitely not about to do that. Wait, hold on. Actually, I can do that. See, this will give me like 4 different, like 2 other ways I can go, and I don't have to worry about losing half because it's negated. So... Of course, this one has to be locked. Wow. So now I'm running to a dilemma of, like, having spots I can't get through because I don't have keys. Jesus. Finally. Dark room, it's around time I put you back in your place. You caused me a lot of pain, and now I'm about, like, No, like, where's your little key card door? You want to, like, throw that at me before, where is it? You're my gem. Now, this is where things are going to start getting, like, problematic. I need a key. I could have got one out of... Hold up. Asking you shall receive. I don't want to use it here. Okay, come on now. We need a foyer. Darn it! Well, I mean, at least I can go ahead and do the observatory now, I guess. What's our bonus for this one? We got 12, right? Dead rooms are more common today. See, I don't need that. Not happening. I've already, like, scored a bunch of dead end rooms. Nuh-uh, I'm not, Forget it. That's the last thing I need at the moment. And I'm hoping it's not gonna, like, log it since, like, came in here. Plan and plain. Whenever you enter the ballroom set, see, so that would be interesting, but I'm trying to set this up. Is it item or... What the heck? One little coin right there. Alright, come on now. Right, because we need keys. Now that's what's how to get me this time. I don't have keys. I'm about to, though. See if I do that. So I do the code check, but see, this gives me more access to more rooms. I'm gonna do the security room, just so I can have access more, because there's still a chance I can get my code check. So it's a gamble that pays off. We'll just say they did. Alright, yeah, so... I can still, like, get around the security room and, like, get around this and go over to the other sector right there, but we need another key. And it can't help, and it can't, like, hurt to have, like, more gems, too. Bat and bath. Not connected to a bedroom, unfortunately. So if I do this, I can have access to... I don't want to part with a gym. It does at least open the door for us to get food. If needed. This could actually help to an extent, but See, I was thinking I could like get my gym back out of this and get another one, but I'd rather get like more keys. Either way, it's gonna be a dead end, no matter what I do. Wonder if I need keys or whatever, I would just done the patio. So now we guess for every green room in the house, we only got 2, but I feel like the courtyard does count as one, but we only got 1. So technically speaking, it'll only be like 5 anyway. So the banana will probably be the better one. The thing is, this is just gonna like help me get by a little bit more because we do have the dining room. Now I'm hoping I could possibly score like the key to the secret garden again. And get another coat check. For right now, alright, come on, hallway. Don't do me wrong on this. Darn it. I can at least check out another book. Okay, we're gonna look at, we already did the history of India and that. Dragon System Architectural Digest, I guess? Science to your side to Guide to Reddington. I've heard Reddington mentioned a few times, so I want to, like, look into that. Plus, at least we got our key back. Alright, I'm gonna do a little, go off course a little bit here. Fan and flan. That was a plus. Wait, did we already do flan and fan? Hold on. Trying to make sure here. I don't think we did. I might have to end up. That's the thing. We already did the chapel puzzle and the dark room stuff here, so I could just erase this on the page right here since it's on the other side and just copy them over to that. But either way, I just like filled out that page with all those. All right. So the main thing I need to do is like continue trying to push upwards so I can All right, we already did that one. So I can get my food, get some food. I got the key card in the metal detector. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the workshop. But we did the locksmith. Who knows where that, but I ain't got no money because that key's for sale. I'm gonna do the workshop. Magnifying glass. Let's see, what was the message? See, I kind of like do this and like give like just enough space on it for like the notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say message right here. Okay. Gotta paste things out. Now the question is, can I actually make something in here now? Hang on. Oh! Burning glass. That's interesting. Can light handle candles and night fuses. Under the area, that one spot with the torches. I wonder. So no matter what, I at least gotta make it back outside. Okay, so the problem we got here, whenever you draw the bedroom. See, either way, like if I do this, it's gonna give me like a way to go to the side. Otherwise, I'm not really gonna have any way around it. So I hate to say this, I'm gonna do laboratory. Okay, food's ready at least. So I can go get some snackage. All right, let's at least see like which way this goes first. It doesn't like I'm gonna get like the thing this time either. But at least I can get some, at least I can like get the next story thing from this guy. And that's kind of like important too. So. Oh, we already did house and hose. All right. So what you got for me this time?
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin.
Yeah, 'cause your ass is greedy.
You find yourself
Your little Wario mustache.
face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Yes,
Okay.
the fog is clearing. I see a shadow in the doorway. Silent footsteps in the hallways.
Hold up.
An unlatched gate you did not open.
I don't know if any of these things I should be taking notes on what he's saying so far.
A missing item you did not take.
Missing item.
I see a young boy watching.
Okay, now all this is just creepy compared to the actual notes I need to take.
A young boy
Hey!
who once was brave, but now afraid.
Okay, we've been down there.
What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
Thanks a lot. So basically all you just told me right there,
Till the dawn of the following day,
I bet you he took offense.
I will have nothing more.
I wonder if, like, obviously this isn't what happened, because, I mean, how's he gonna know what I said? I was making fun of him for the fact there that before I figured out things before he told me, and now he's being cryptic, just saying, oh, you're being watched, fam. That's basically all he basically just said. Like, someone, like, that was here before I was, took something, that was, like, very important, and they've been watching me. So it seems like what he's trying to imply is because let's keep something in mind here. Staff ain't supposed to be here at the estate. They said that, like, basically, I'm the only one that's supposed to be here now. So obviously, someone is here, which it was pretty much it was very ominous and very kind of had like a very malevolent air to what he was talking about. Talking about me being afraid, someone watching me and everything. So yeah, this just got a little bit creepier. But again, I reiterate, it frustrates me how I get the key card now and there's no lock doors. There's no, like, key card doors. I told you guys that was what was going to happen. I don't think I've seen like a single locked door like since I got that key card. All right, so what's on? Is it fish again? Oh, that's a steak. That's a massive T-bone steak. A porterhouse, never mind. A delightfully expensive steak cut, bone in and extra marble for maximum tenderness. A perfect dish for those who love extravagance. Plus additional 10 if you have a showroom in your house. Don't I have one? So it'd be 30. $20. So I didn't have a showroom. All right, so the showroom, like an actual showroom, not like the color of it. It had to be a proper showroom. Well, I would have been all over that one. I mean, I love me a good steak. And you know it's a really good steak if you don't need sauce with it. The freezer. See, it's too bad I couldn't do the office and get the freezer afterwards. Then I could, like, save my money for tomorrow. So we still haven't accessed the rest of the entrance hall there. Since all of them are gonna be dead ends anyway, I'd rather just replenish my steps. Plus, I got a gym back out of it anyway. All right. So the way I look at it is that we got one key left, but before I do anything else, just to see what's going on out here, I need to go outside. I got plenty of steps now to do probably just about everything I need to do for this one, and it's maybe my last run tonight, Rogues. At the very least, buy like a couple more gems. And that's one reason I did that also. Even though then again, I also did like nullify the chapel, so it's not like it matters. Okay, let's at least open this one up, see what's in here. Okay, we got the foyer at least. That's good. Now, if we could get the Great Hall, that'd be even better. That's great. Now, I know we're not going to get the foyer over here, but that'd be awesome. Another the Great Hall. Nah. I don't want to use my walk-in closet, but we might get another gem out of it. But see, here's the thing. Here's why I'm looking at it. We do this and then we lose a gem. We can get a gem back, maybe even more in interest. But I'm going to do this because there might be something else in here we need. I called it. This worked well. So I got my gem back with interest, I think. Change purse. Now we're probably going to need it. It's like I didn't do the office before. But this right here is intriguing. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Okay. Should be stag and tag, right? Yeah. Alright, now at least we got this. So if we can still score the Great Hall, that would be amazing. And we still got a few more chances at it. Let's just hope for it. But before anything else, I want to go out here and see if this works. Because it said I can light candles. I don't know about torches, but this area up under here is like definitely kind of like, caught my interest. So I remember like when I was like down here before. But it's dark in here. And we've got something that says it can like, I'm hoping I'm right on this. But I kind of thought. Yep. Oh. We got a blueprint. Hello. All right. Scripps and Redford Mining Company. Excavation Department. Foreman's log 621. Date 6/18/1918. You guys know I'm going to write that down. No, I don't know. 06/18/18. Whatever. I'll write it down because, I'm just going to do it. Don't think it's going to have any significance. But just like, I'll be kicking myself later if it comes out this is a solution. 06/18/18. It almost sounds like a safe combination, but The complete manifest for all the excavation equipment has been rigorously checked and delivered to the upper branch. After tomorrow, the site will be sealed and all remaining hardware will be packed up and transported to the original access tunnel for long-term storage. It's unclear if they will also seal that tunnel after our crew has left, but I suspect that they may want to keep ready access to the gear, especially now that they have begun operations in the East Mine. A month ago, I believed that the discovery of gemstones in that cavern was directly linked to the closure of the site, but now I'm not so sure. The Baron doesn't seem the type that values shiny baubles over history. I do. And this, as far as like what this could do to probably help me if I'm lucky. Always draw a tunnel while drafting in this room. You found a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add tunnel to your drafting pool? Okay, so I don't know exactly what that's going to mean. It's like when drafting in this room, but we got it. We'll know what it does later. The main purpose is going to be like if the tunnel's like a shortcut to something, or we'll know later on. But now I want to get back in here and see if I can draw the Great Hall again. Because if I can do it this time, we got the gems to, get in there. Because again, like, because for those who don't understand what I'm trying to do, the 4SS hallway doors are always unlocked. The Great Hall is a hallway, meaning that how it should go is like all 7 doors in there should be completely accessible. And I've still got to draw the Great Hall. So I wish I could get a secret passageway because that would make it easier. Because I can choose like the color. All right, so first off, we're gonna go to the west wing. Regardless, man, this is gonna be my last run tonight, but at least we still got more stuff done. Push, kind of shove. I could go and access the code check. I got a plan for this. We got 2 more rooms we can unlock. I got an idea. I'll go ahead and get, like, my secret garden key. Now, let's hope that what I'm going to try to pull here might work. Because we're running out of steps. So we got, like, 3 different ways we can go here. See, we can go to the weight room. I'll use a special key here. Okay, at least we don't have to actually solve the puzzle again. That's cool. So we just can go pull the lever. Now, which side did it open from? It looks like it was from the left, so that might be a problem, because I don't think we can get around to it. But, hey, whatever. Probably should have waited on using the key until I had that side open up, but it's all good. Where's this leading to? So now this is interesting. I want to see what this does, because now we can actually make the tunnel. But I'm thinking what it could mean now is like always like, now whenever we do the garden, that's how we can get the tunnel. Jeez. I broke the whole room. I might have messed something up there, not knowing what I could do. Whatever. So basically means, I guess, like moving forward, like from the secret garden, that's where we'll be able to make the tunnel. Alright, come on. Give me the Great Hall. Secret passage. This could work. Come on. Give me a Great Hall, please. Don't be locked. Darn it. Well, there's still another chance. See, corridor is always left unlocked. Either way, because see, this way it's going to be guaranteed the door will be locked, unlocked in here. Plain and pain. Come on now. I got another chance at it. Darn it. I don't think we're going to get the Great Hall this time. But I think this is like the most I've ever filled in on this. But that's a silver key. At least a room with many This might be our way out of this, rogues. Now I'm going to have to get back. So I can't make no mistakes, but I might possibly have one last chance. I'm going to have to be very careful with how I go about this, but I should be able to get back to the rumpus room. I think I got enough. Thankfully I nullified that. Okay, dark room. Alright, can I pull like an 11th hour win right here? Because it said like a room with many doors. And we know, I guess like it means like it like puts like, it's the ones in the draft pool that have like the many doors. Alright, hopefully it works here. Okay, come on. Give me the Great Hall. Yes! We got it. Alright. So everything should be unlocked now. My plan worked. I can basically access every single door here. I've been really curious about this, so... So you do with the conference room. An upgrade disc. And I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to use it. Well, I could actually make it to the laboratory. Yeah, I can still use it. I'm just thankful like each of these doors I'm accessing isn't... Well, that's just mean. A gem. And a lever. Wait, did we just... Wait a minute. No. Oh, yeah, it is. The only problem is I ain't got no food. I don't have any steps left. Okay, so I really want to use this upgrade disc, rogues, but I cannot pass this opportunity up, because if I go to light, because let me see. By the time I get back to the Great Hall, no, I gotta take it. No, I've got a chance to get in there. I'm taking it. I think. And I got food at least. Yeah, I don't care if it's locked. Screw it. I finally got to the antechamber. To continue up, you must go down. And I think I just got hella okey-doked. Wait a minute. It doesn't fit. I know where it fits. Son of a... Well, the good news is... Hold on, can we try it right here? I might be able to at least get back to the laboratory. It's gonna... The foundation. Which is all the way back down. There's no way I can make it to it. But at least now we know... So I wish there was like just like a something here I didn't pay attention to before. All right, so the only thing I'm frustrated about is that I now realize we have to have enough to actually get back through. But at the very least, I can upgrade it. At least upgrade one more room. Oh, tangerine or orange. So at least we finally got in there. That's the cool thing. My little like thing about like the Great Hall worked. All right. Nursery. All right. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5. If you have less than 10 when you enter this room, set. All right. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain. So that means we can get 3 more steps. But I like that. Whenever you draft another green room, 2 will sprout in this room. I kind of want to do that because gyms have been pretty neat, and I have been like all about like going with green rooms. That'll give me more reason to visit the nursery. I'll do this one because these gyms have been pretty crucial, especially if I try to repeat what I just did. Wait a minute. If I'm an apple, hold on. Is there fruit being put out here now that actually help me get back there? I didn't see all. Rogues, hold on. We're not quite done yet. I can make it. Oh. We're not done yet. I can make it to the foundation. Barely. I don't know if there's really much else I can do in here, but I was able to make it in, so. That lantern, hold on. Was that lantern down before? I don't think it was. So if I'm correct, which I wasn't. Maybe I got my hopes up a little bit. It said to go up, you must go down, but. Like, I keep hoping that maybe there's like a way to access the elevator in here. Because this is the only thing I can think of. It's just now I mean, I had that luck in getting, of course the game had to be petty one more time. I had the luck in getting back over here. And yeah, that's the most I filled this in ever. But I can't even get up there to it. Obviously, like it says, go up, you must go down. I mean, we got the basement key. I'm trying to make sure I don't go back out too much. It's on a pulley. I just don't know how to get it to come down here. So you figure like, this would be like the way they go about it. You could pull this and then like, get the elevator to come down, but. Okay. Just to get a nudge in the right direction because I don't want to like, with me being this close. Just to see like, if there's. So here's the issue, guys. I just want to kind of get an idea on things. So, but this, it doesn't make any sense because I mean, I had opening here before. So it was before that we had one right here or whatever. What they're basically trying to say is that you have to have like, opening like, for one of these ways specifically, and there'll be a lever there. But see, this looks very similar to, it's like last time or whatever. I guess when they say back wall, it's like this, but I swear we had this open before. So, yeah, I at least want to kind of make sure. I mean, I know I've been basically going through this, like trying to be as spoiler free as possible for myself, whatever, but that's basically what I just learned. Apparently, what's saying right here. So, yeah. And that's what I'm concerned about, because I don't think I've got enough to get in there. Hang on. Nope. All right, well, either way, that was definitely like the most successful run overall. I got into the antechamber at least, rogues. And we did, like, find, like, a lot of other mysteries, like, such as, like, going down to the tomb, solving the chapel statue puzzle, or the statue, like, the puzzle in regards, like, what was in the chapel. We got, like, so we got to the antechamber. We found the foundation, so at least now we know exactly how to access that. Where it's going to be on the map. And we opened up the whole thing with the tunnel. So we got, like, a lot of stuff, like, done during the stream as well. And I'm kind of content with it, even though it is frustrating. I finally got into the antechamber. And realized right there, I was like, shoot, hold on. Like, I actually can go in here and do this now. Because I finally got to do, like, what I was wanting to do, which was do the foyer, and then, I have access to the Great Hall, and my theory, proved correct, and every single door there was open without having to use keys. So that's definitely how I'm going to try, like, continue to do things moving forward if I want to go the route of opening it that way. But I feel like one of the other safe ways to do this is this is pretty much in the two ways I've, like, I learned, like, how to get into the antechamber. We have, the secret garden, which I've already solved thing for that. We just got to go in there and just pull the lever now. So between the secret garden, that feels like that's like the easier way to go about it compared to the whole process of trying to hope that the foyer is going to open up and then having to pay gyms to do that. And then just so we can have like easy access to the, everything in the Great Hall. So it feels like the secret garden method is like the easiest way to try to get into the antechamber again. Hopefully like the most like less time consuming. We just got to like see if we can get the secret garden key, go in there, pull the switch, try to get to the antechamber. And now we know we have to make it all the way back to the foundation just to get down in there. We have to open that up and like have like a path open a certain way. So nonetheless, I'm still content with how things went tonight. All, especially with the fact that I went into this like completely like I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, as I already explained. But hey, at least like as far as like over there is concerned with everything, it's been like disrupting my streams and everything lately, which again, I apologize to you guys for all that. I've been trying to like not talk about as much during this stream, but at least it seems like for the most part it's been quiet over there. I did hear a horn honk earlier, but it didn't stop me from coming in, having a pretty awesome stream here. Getting like a lot done. Like I promised you guys I was gonna try to do it, like making the stream at least turn out okay. Thankfully I was able to deliver on that. I feel like I said, we solved a few more puzzles. Found a few more items. I don't know if there's really anything that was permanent upgrades outside of like adding some stuff to the draft pool. But the main takeaway from it is that even though we still haven't gotten like to room 46 yet, we did finally at least get into the antechamber. So I at least was able to finally pull that off, even though I've realized there's more to it than that. We finally managed to get in there. Let's see like, exactly what kind of mansion we drafted this time, because this also is the most progress we've had so far. Yeah, Perennial Manor, total rooms 39. Rank reached 9. Steps taken 121. That's the most steps I've taken, like, in a run so far. Items found 10. It's the most items I found, I believe. And we've got one new room, which was the tunnel. So, things considered, things went pretty well with this. Like I said, I'm content with it. Sadly, we still didn't, like, beat the game. We still got, but at least now we know that I need to try and make sure I plan properly for not, the antechamber isn't the end of it, which I figured it wasn't gonna be, but I still gotta make sure that I, am able to get into the antechamber. I gotta make sure I get in there, have the basement key, and get back to the foundation. Hopefully have things open up properly to be able to, get in there. So I'm wondering if what it means is, because that's the thing. I'm guessing, like, the way it looks is we're gonna have like a doorway open right there, with the courtyard. Or, like, where the courtyard was. We have to have one right there. But the best thing we can probably try to do is, like, see if we can have, like, a doorway opened on all three. That'd probably be the best way to try, like, hopefully have everything, I mean, I can at the very least, next stream I can test it. I can just get to the foundation and try to have, like, something opened up. Like, if we can't make it to the antechamber again on that stream, at least I can do is, like, get everything opened up. But the main takeaway we need to keep in mind from this is that I'm going to try, like, the best way I can really go about, like, trying to move forward is I can get to the antechamber again. I need to keep, like, a path cleared up on the left-hand side. Try to see if I can, like, get, like, a proper way of opening up, like, the top, like, the leftmost door for it. So I'm pretty sure I think that's, like, where... Or what... I guess that was, like... I'm thinking that may have been, like, the one that was, opened up. It was the left-hand side. I think it was. We need to try to have the left-hand side open for the secret garden entrance. And then afterwards, like, try to have, like, at least all three of the ways for the foundation opened. I'm hoping we didn't, like, mess things up by putting the tunnel there. But, I don't think we actually could have. No, we couldn't have messed things up by putting the tunnel there because, like, the foundation has the elevator right there, so there's not going to be a door there. So we just need to make sure that we have, like, all three, like, ways open so we can guarantee we'll have, like, hopefully have access to the lever. So, yeah, best, like, course of action, do the secret garden method. At the very least, I did what I need to do in the Great Hall. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be another upgrade disc in there. And it just really does feel like it at the end of the day, even though the Great Hall was the way I used to get in there, the secret garden method is probably going to be, like, the better option. I know there's still the whole thing with the broken lever, but I haven't actually found, like, the means to do that yet. But, between, like, us, crafting the burning glass and we're able to go down, like, and find the the tunnel draft, and also going down to the tomb and doing the puzzle down there, which kind of, like, opened up, like, some more things, which I'm hoping that all that was maybe, like, since it's going to, like, be, like, for... It's gonna, like, be like for a puzzle moving forward. But the main thing we need to do is just try to get another secret garden key, go up for the left mode entrance for the antechamber, going that way, get the key, go back to the foundation, and then get down to the basement. And I'm hoping we can do that during the next stream. But either way, this was still, like, the best run I've had so far. We only were missing, like, what, 6 rooms, and we finally got to the antechamber for the first time, and had, like, things get stepped up on us in regards to the, like, the billiard room puzzle. And I was there, it was like me thinking, I was like, okay, like, they're up in the game on this math stuff, and I was getting worried I wasn't gonna be able to solve it, and then I was still going in there and, be able to continue even with the more complex equations, and surprised myself with how good I was doing with the math, with me having, like, a deficiency in math. Learned deficiency in math. I was still going in there actually solving the problems for the most part in my head, which to me is, like, definitely a win for me, considering how much problems I've always had, like, with doing math and everything. So yeah, definitely, like, probably, like, my favorite stream for this I've done so far. Outside of, like, the stream where we learned about, like, the drawing, puzzle. Like, the comparison between the drawings. Just because this time we got to the antechamber, got, like, more stuff done. And it definitely, like, raised, like, more questions along with the answers. But at least this time, compared to the last stream, like, being, like, a bunch of cursed runs, this one, at least a lot of things, like, went in my favor. And it's just, like, when I got, like, the foyer, I was like, wait a minute. Hopefully maybe we actually can figure this out now. Sure enough, I got the silver key. And it, like, I kept on, like, trying to get the Great Hall. It originally wasn't working out. And then when I got that silver key, I was like, wait a minute, a room with many doors. And sure enough, I got a chance to, get the Great Hall to spawn. And that was definitely like an 11th hour, chance at turning things around. And then, like, at least, like, finding, like, a little bit of food, which seemed like it was put there just to help me get back to the foundation. Because I didn't see that food there, like, originally. But then, like, getting, like, to go back from the antechamber, thinking I was like, hey, my run's about to end here. Then seeing the food, and it was just enough to get me back to the foundation and then work with that. But at least now I know exactly how we can go about things, try to plan accordingly with the steps. The best way to just try to get the secret, like, in secret garden, try to get the key to the secret garden, open the switch, try to get around to the left-hand side of the antechamber, then go back down to the foundation, make sure the paths are open for that. Easier said than done, but at least that gives me an idea on how to get down to the basement. The best path I can take for it. So anyways, that being said, guys, I'm going to call it here because I'm, again, running on 3 hours of sleep, but I still need to go and hit the gym tonight and everything. Don't know what's going to be on the agenda for tomorrow. Like normally tomorrow will be like multiplayer stuff. I know that Amber 17 has, she hasn't really been feeling the best. So see how things go. Push come to shove, I can just see if Eldranox wants to do something like co-op. But if not multiplayer, I might play some more of this. I might do something else. I'm not sure yet. But it depends on like what everyone else is up for. But with that said, if you guys enjoyed the stream, be sure to like, comment, and share. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, appreciate you joining. If you haven't yet, we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers on here for the first time. And if you're on the Discord server, feel free to join that as well. But anyways, until next stream, which will be tomorrow, Rogues. Much love. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with me for this one. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thanks for watching.